let's chat about something you're currently struggling with. What's one thing that's been kind of tough for you lately?
My English is still poor, so in this occasion, when you appeared in front of me, I want to brush up my English skills with conversation between you.
That's sweet of you to say. Well, don't worry. I'm right here to help you with that. English can be tricky, but you're already showing up, and that's half the battle. How about you tell me one specific thing you find tough with English right now? Like, is it speaking, listening, or maybe finding the right words?
Speaking and listening are both difficult for me.
Yeah, I get that. Speaking and listening can feel kind of tricky at first. Let's dive in. For listening, do you find it hard to catch what people say because they talk too fast? Or is it more about understanding new words? And for speaking, what's the toughest part? Like getting the words out quick enough?
Yeah, for listening, the speed you talk to me is sometimes too fast for me to understand. And for speaking, as you told now, it is difficult to find suitable words in the sentence.
Got it. That makes total sense. It's tough when people zip through their words, right? And finding the right ones to say on the spot, that can feel like a puzzle. Okay, let's keep going. When you're listening to fast English, do you ever catch bits and pieces, or does it all just blur together? And when you're speaking, is it like the words are there in your head but get stuck coming out? I totally relate to that brain freeze feeling.
Yeah, I can sometimes only understand some pieces in conversation, and when I talk in English, it is still using translation from Japanese.
Yeah, picking up just bits of a conversation can be frustrating, huh? And I totally get that translating from Japanese in your head while speaking is a lot to juggle. Okay, tell me, when you catch those pieces in a convo, what do you do to try and keep up? Like, do you ask people to slow down or repeat? And for speaking, are there certain kinds of words, like slang or grammar, that trip you up most when you're translating on the fly? You're doing great, by the way, just chatting like this. Great chat. Now, about this conversation, may I switch to coach mode and give you some feedback?
Yeah, please switch to coach mode and give me some feedback.
Awesome, thanks. Okay, let's switch to coach mode. That was a really interesting conversation. You jumped right in, shared your struggles with English, and kept it honest. That's huge. It shows you're not afraid to engage, which is so important for building confidence. For refinements to make your responses sound more natural, here's a couple of thoughts. When you said, speaking and listening are both difficult for me, you got the point across clearly, but we could tweak it to sound a bit more casual and native-like. Try, man, I really struggle with both speaking and listening. It adds a little flair and sounds like something a native might say. Also, when you mentioned, for listening, the speed you talk to me is sometimes too fast for me to understand. You could simplify it to, sometimes people talk way too fast for me to follow. It's shorter, punchier, and still conveys the same struggle. To expand the conversation next time, you could add a quick story or example to give more depth. For instance, when you talked about catching only pieces of a conversation, maybe share a specific moment, like, the other day I was chatting with a friend and I totally missed half of what they said about their weekend. That kind of detail invites more questions and keeps the rally going. Same with speaking. Maybe mention a time when you blanked on a word mid-sentence. It helps paint a picture and gives us more to talk about. Here's a polished script you could memorize for talking about your English struggles in future convos. Man, I'm really working on my English, but speaking and listening are tough. Sometimes people talk so fast, I only catch bits and pieces. Like the other day, I missed half a story a friend was telling me. And when I try to speak, my brain's still translating from Japanese, so I end up pausing to find the right words. I'm getting better though, especially with practice.